pretty much every time out in the UFC, DC, this man has put on a striking clinic, and that is his methodology coming in here tonight. He'll try to keep the fight on the floor.
And that's why we tune in, right? That's why we tune in. We tune in to see guys that are dynamic. We tune in for the speed. We tune in for the knowledge of the striking game, the ability to set traps, the ability to find the jab, the ability to find the right hand, the right kick, the left kick, the knees, the elbows. He truly uses every weapon that he has in his arsenal to try and finish his opponents. You make one mistake, night's over. You cannot make mistakes against a guy that has the striking acumen of this guy right here.
And the jab is not as underutilized a weapon as it was in MMA, say 5 or 7 years ago, but he's got as good a jab as anyone in the business, and that is where all of his striking flows off of. We'll see how it goes for him in this matchup tonight.
Well, you can make room on your Mount Rushmore, enter one of the greatest mixed martial arts athletes of all time, former simultaneous two-division champion, American Olympian, Daniel Cormier.
Just one of the absolute greatest fighters of all time. I mean, I'm not trying to pat the guy on his back. He gets enough praise in just about everything that he does. But when you talk about grit, determination, wrestling, cardio, you're talking about DC. He's a guy that wasn't the biggest for the weight classes, but what he did have was will, spirit, and a need to compete and win. And that's what propelled him into one of the best mixed martial arts careers of all time. And tonight, he tries to build on that.
Daniel Cormier. He has graced the octagon. It means we are ready to go with our main event of the evening.
Our tail of the tape for this light heavyweight tilt.
All right, now for your main event introductions, the one, the only, Bruce Buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Anthony Johnson! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, the former UFC heavyweight champion, and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Daniel D.C.
Dean is your referee. He's the third man in the octagon tonight. All right, so with that touch of the gloves, we are underway with this stand-up only fight. A couple of rules in play here, we remind you. No grappling of any type. Also, fighters cannot do any follow-up strikes on the floor. Let's see how it plays out. Unable to connect there. You're always getting forward pressure out of Cormier. He has intent. It is clear in there, and you can argue him as the best MMA wrestler of all time.
Yeah, trying to get forward, trying to press, pressure, make your opponent fight on the heels. That is exactly what DC always tried to do.
Man, he kind of looked like me, just walking right into that punch. No defense.
You better move that head.
All right, early round one action, and sometimes at the highest levels, this is the way it plays out, a little bit of a feeling out process.
Well, yeah, because you got to be very calculated whenever you're fighting someone that matches you at every step of mixed martial arts. Let's see how it plays out.
Man, is he evading effectively. He has become increasingly hard to hit.
And notice, John, he is setting up counters. They may not be coming right now, but when you're moving the way that he is, the counters will become available to him later in the fight.
Body shot. Oh, come on.
not sure his opponent saw this coming.
Well, he didn't finish it, but he did hurt him very, very bad. It shows him that he can hurt him, but he's got to be very careful. He still isn't the better striker, even though he landed the bigger punch.
Nice defense to block that punch. Under a minute now to go in the round. Oh, nice land there with the punch. You see, he's taking advantage of what is an obvious edge and reach. Man, look at that beautiful cross.
Oh,
Rhythm.
he hurt him with that hook.
Oh, another shot gets through.
He better keep those hands up. Even if he's hurt, he will still fight back.
How about it, folks? All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up. So the crowd voicing its appreciation after that round. We had a knockdown courtesy of a punch midway through. DC, here's your highlight.
It was straight. He threw him in combination and landed that big punch that really did hurt his opponent. Lesser men would have been done. He's got a tough guy in front of him. He will have to go back to this again. He will have to get back to this action if he wants to get the desired finish.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Here we are, early round two. Oh, that's a big elbow.
Big strike lands. Now he gets to try to chase down that finish. Big right hand.
And blocks the shot there. Some of the best action we've seen in a while, unless you like defense. Both fighters really trying to impose their game on the other.
Well, John, neither one of them allows for the other guy to get momentum. The moment it moves in one direction, it just sways right back. Both are competing at a high level. Both are landing massive shots.
Back to the feet now. Daniel Cormier has done it!
Holy smokes.
Let's get it to Bruce Buffer. He has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 58 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Daniel D.C. Cormier.
All right, well, y'all know about the wrestling, but you can't sleep on the hands. Daniel Cormier, your winner by knockout tonight.
Winner by knockout, and that's a dream come true for a guy like Cormier who loves to wrestle. To be able to put somebody's lights out means the world to him, and tonight, he got a knockout victory.